Rumor has it that we live in an entirely free will universe. But is that really feasible though? What about freedom? Can we genuinely experience freedom if they are people who have the free will to create oppressive systems? Now you may think, well, we could perhaps just make sure that nobody's creates oppressive systems, but then again, wouldn't that be taking their free will away? This is the freedom paradox. And can we really transcend or ascend from this? The answer is yes, through deep alchemy. My name is Izzy, and welcome back to the download. As mentioned earlier, this freedom paradox is quite a conundrum. How can we balance this equation if there's no way to balance this equation using external forces or the material world? The thing is, there is a way, but we have to come back within and use inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is the process of restoring balance and harmony within our physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, energetic vessel. But it doesn't stop there. We can also use inner alchemy to harmonize our relationships and our dynamics with the exterior world and external forces. Here is an example. Perhaps you start thinking about the government. And as you're thinking about the government, you start feeling oppressed. You start feeling unseen. You start feeling that you're not powerful. And this energy is kind of sitting on top of you. Now, to use the external world to try to deal with this energy, maybe you could go outside and start doing protest and whatnot. And yes, maybe sometimes that is the solution. But the inner alchemical process here is to first realign ourselves energetically with the energy of the government until we feel calm and serene and peaceful before we go out and do anything else about it. So, how to achieve this? Again, using the energy of the government again. Me, if I were into a meditation and the energy of government would come, I would pay attention as to how I feel. What are the energies? If it feels unpleasant, it doesn't have to be the government, it could be a person who I feel maybe that I'm smaller than or not as powerful, or it could be a situation, it could be a place, an environment, whatever energy you feel that makes you feel it has power over you, the process is always the same. What I do is I start meditating on this energy and I allow myself to feel. Do I feel disgust? Do I feel repulse? Do I feel repression? Oppression? Whatever that is. And then I start opening my solar plexus to kind of rebalance and let my energetic vessel recalibrate my relationship with this energy. And what happens to me every single time is when I just sit and I think of an energy that I feel has power over me and I meditate on it and I do this process, it doesn't take long. It might feel yucky at first and be like, whoa, I don't like this space. But by breathing through it and allowing ourselves to relax with this energy, it does, in fact, restore balance because power is an illusion. We can only be overpowered by energies that we give our power to. So there is always an opportunity to take our power back, and we can do that with inner alchemy. I've done this practice so many times and it worked. It can not only shift situation like this and change the course, your entire reality, like timelines in no time, but inner alchemy and deep alchemy is an incredibly powerful tool. So yes, if you've never done this practice before, I would highly recommend and start with something small. It could be someone at work you had a beef with, and when you see this person, there's always like, oh, yeah, discomfort. So you can meditate on that at first and restore balance and harmony within that relationship. So the next time you see this person, then it doesn't have an effect on you anymore. And I've done this with multiple energy, people's, places, the energy of money, even, you know? So this is essentially the practice here to fully liberate ourselves. Inner alchemy, deep alchemy is the way to go to really, really experience freedom. And it's not to say that we're not going to encounter situations or places that are physically constraining us, but it doesn't have to destroy us. We can be constrained without feeling constrained because freedom is a choice, freedom is a frequency, and we must first find it within ourselves and our relationships with the all in the all if we want to truly achieve that. Thank you very much. My name is Izzy, and I do have a website, the download, where I send weekly newsletter every week to talk about the energies of the week. If this is something you're interested, please just go to my website and subscribe. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your day.